Hey guys, welcome back. It's that time of year again. It's a time of year you either love or you hate, but regardless of what you think about it, if you clicked on this video, well then you can at least agree that we've been paying way too much for things lately and now we're ready to save some cash. That's right, it is Black Friday time again, and this time in this video, we're gonna focus only on e-bike deals for Black Friday. So stick around, let's take a deep dive into the best Black Friday deals on e-bikes I could find, and hopefully you can find a great deal on your next e-bike. All right guys, so first up on the list is Lectric. Now Lectric is a brand we've worked with for many years. You guys can't go anywhere out on the trails or out at a campground and not see a Lectric bike. They're just everywhere. They're one of the top selling e-bikes I think in the country, and for good reason. They found a way to put a lot of bike in a small price point. And specifically on Black Friday, I'm gonna bring up the highlight bike as the Expedition 2.0. Now they released the Expedition 2.0 just last week, and the reason why it's on this list is the price for a cargo bike with a 450-pound max payload like it has and the specs that it has is a super good price. And when you compare that to the other cargo bikes that are available online right now or even in your local bike stores, the $13.99 that the Expedition 2.0 comes in is just almost too hard to beat. It's a super good deal. If you're in line for a cargo e-bike, this is definitely one you should be checking out. But they've also got some other really good deals. I'll put a link down below in the description, you can check those out. But things like the XP Lite, which is their super light, simple e-bike that comes in at just $799. You can check out reviews for that as well. It's a great bike. But they also have their new X Peak, which is kind of their hardtail. It has a whole new spec bump. It's getting released this week as well, and it also stayed at the same $13.99 price. The thing that's cool about Lectric is their bikes are kind of always priced at Black Friday prices, which is why on these deals, they're giving you a whole slew of accessories, because I don't think they literally have room to go down on these bikes, but they are at least going to throw in a whole bunch of accessories. So like for example, the Lectric One, which is their really cool pinion gearboxed automatic shifting bike. That one is priced at $2,199, but it also comes with 5 free accessories. So we're talking rear rack, 2 pannier bags, a frame bag, and fenders. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna keep the bike at that same low price, but include a whole bunch of accessories that a lot of you guys would have bought anyway, maybe not from them, but at least that through a third party. And at the end of the day, it still does turn into a really good value bang for buck. All right, so the next bike company up is Aventon. Aventon you guys are probably also already familiar with, super big brand in the e-bike marketplace, and they've got some really nice deals. Specifically, I wanted to highlight their Solterra. That is a commuter. It's a really nice class 2 commuter. It's got nice features like 50 miles of range. It even has turn signals and app connectivity, and that bike with all of that is priced at just $899. So if you're someone on a budget or just looking, you're not sure what you want something to get around town, get to work, get to school, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a really good deal, $900 for a bike ready to go. It's kind of hard to beat that in general. Now they also have some other really interesting ones. So Level 2 is kind of a more beefed up version of their commuters. That one is priced at just $13.99, which is $500 off its price it was just last week. And not only is that a good bike, but that one's got a little bit more power, a little bit more capability, and at $13.99, it's a solid deal. Now, their Rambless, that's the very popular EMTB they released this past year. It's a hardtail EMTB, it's got 100 Newton meters of torque, and it's a mid-drive. And that bike is normally at $28.99, so $2,900. They've knocked $300 off of that for a price for Black Friday of $25.99. And then they have their wildly popular Adventure 2 fat tire bike. That one is going to come in at $16.99, which is $300 off the current price. All right guys, up next is Jensen USA. You guys may or may not be familiar with them, but they are a huge online retailer of bike parts, components, and bicycles, complete ones. Anyway, I was checking out their deals today, and while I normally don't run through Jensen USA products with you guys, I figured they had a couple deals that were worth sharing. So the first one is the Orbea Carum, and that comes in at just $12.99. So that's like a hardtail, kind of simple EMTB with a true mid-drive motor, priced at just $1,299, a mid-drive EMTB. That's just really, really hard to beat. Now, they also have the Scott Sub Cross, which is they called it an E-Ride, but that's one of Scott Bike's electric bikes. And that one's also a hardtail, kind of simple EMTB that also has a mid-drive Bosch active line motor, just like the Orbea I just mentioned. So 2 hardtail options at just $1,300. Both of those are 50% off their MSRP, so pretty massive discounts there. And there's several other on Jensen USA's website. I'm not gonna go through all of them. them. It would take forever. So I'll put a link down in the description and you guys can go check those out. But Jensen USA also has some very sweet deals. All right, so the next one up is going to be Ride One Up. Now, Ride One Up is a brand I personally really like. I think they do a very good job of taking modern looking, cool e-bikes and somehow finding a way to make them very approachable with their price. Now, specifically their Black Friday deals, they have quite a few, and I'm gonna highlight some of the standouts, but definitely check out their whole website for all of the deals. But the number one just big standout that grabs everyone's attention is their Prodigy XC hardtail. They call it their cross-country EMTB. But really, this thing is super sweet. It's got a Bros mid-drive, and Bros is the same mid-drive motor that I even had in my Specialized personal bike. Bros makes a very smooth, quiet mid-drive, and I think on this bike, priced at just $12.95, that's another really incredible deal. You're getting nice mid-drive power, you're getting Maxxis name brand tires, front suspension fork, internally routed cables, all of that for $12.95. Ride One Up did a great job on that one, and that is a sweet price. Now, they've also got the Portola, which is their folding e-bike. Now, that one has two options. You can get the 10.4 amp hour battery that comes in at just $945 on Black Friday right now. Or if you want the long range version, which has a roughly 13 amp hour battery, that one's going to be only $10.95. So whether you go $945 for the standard battery or $10.95 for the larger long range battery, it's both a great deal, basically $1,000 either way you go, on a nice clean looking folder. Now, they also have the Cafe Cruiser. So if you're in the market for a cruiser style bike, this has like a, always thought these were like beach cruisers, which they are technically, but they kind of have a more modern, almost futuristic look to them. Anyway, they've cleared those out at just $1,095, which is another awesome deal for a really good bike that not only rides nice, but I think looks very cool for a cruiser bike. Now, they've also got one of my personal favorite bikes that they offer, the CF Racer. Now, the CF Racer is a full carbon fiber bike that can be configured when you buy for either road with more road specific tires and geometry, or gravel with more gravel specific tires. And I think the gear ratio changes a little bit, just so you have more either road specific version or gravel specific version. But you get a full carbon frame, carbon fork, really nice looking bike, comes in matte gray or their gloss black that has like rainbow like sparkles that only show when the light hits it a certain way. Anyway, I could talk all day about that bike because it's a very cool bike. But if you're someone who likes road bikes, drop bars, gravel bikes, this is fully carbon fiber with a really nice rear hub motor that's super quiet, and that one's coming in only $2,095. That is crazy. I challenge you at home to go find a full carbon road bike, gravel bike that's also electric for $2,000. Good luck doing that, and email me if you do. But the next one they have is their Roadster V3. Now, the Roadster is the V3 is the, I guess, the third sequel to the original Roadster. It's a flat bar gravel bike or commuter bike. And while they didn't lower the price, it's $12.95. It's already a crazy good price because you're getting things like Shimano Dior components, you're getting Schwalbe tires. It's just a really well done bike that looks good, rides good, and it's $12.95. But during Black Friday, because I think their margins are already razor thin on that one, they're including a free rear rack. So if you're someone who wants to commute with your bike and you're looking for a good commuter that looks nice, that Ride One Up Roadster V3 is a very solid choice at $12.95. Then they have their Rev 1, which is their moped or kind of like dirt bike style e-bikes. These come in three flavors. One is the hardtail, which is front suspension only, the full suspension, and then the dirt version, DRT, which is also full suspension with some better looking aesthetics on it. The way these are gonna start is the hardtail being the cheapest, and that one is on Black Friday sale at just $16.95. You can unlock these and you can put them in, I think, off-road or unrestricted mode, and we've gotten personally over 30 miles an hour on these. Not saying you should do that, but if you want to, you can. Anyway, it's a very good deal. They're very fun, and if that's the kind of bike you're looking for, like a moped, that's a super good deal to check out as well. All right, so the next one up is Velotric. Now, Velotric is a brand that every year their bikes, they release new bikes, and each year they get a little bit better, and I think they're really starting to hone in like the brand that they were intending to be in the beginning, and I think they're doing a great job with some of their recent bikes they've put out. But specifically for Black Friday, the Summit 1 is a very popular bike from them. It looks like an EMTB, but it's also a bit of a hybrid, kind of do anything bike. You can commute with this or bike pack with it. It's got lots of rack or mounting points to mount things like racks, cages, bags, or you can strip it down the way it comes and just ride it like an MTB or EMTB bike. It's a very cool setup, and that one is coming in on Black Friday for just $18.50 or $18.49. But they've also got some other really good deals like their T1 ST commuter. That is a rigid flat bar kind of commuter slash gravel bike, kind of kitted out to do whatever you want, but that one's priced at just $11.99. And then they've got the Discover One Plus, kind of a no frills commuter at just $10.99, which is $400 off the original price. Or the more beefed up version of the Discover, which is the Discover 2 at $17.50. And that one's gonna be a much more like premium version. It's gonna have a little bit better components, better range, better motor, battery, things like that, and app connectivity with a color display. So the stripped down Discover 1, $10.99, or the beefed up Discover 2, $17.50. Either way, both of those coming in at great prices. All right, so the next brand is going to be Euphree. Now I've tested and reviewed, you can find that on our channel, the Stellar Falcon. That bike comes in both a mid-step and a step-through version. They're really nicely done commuters. They have 750 watt rear hub motors that peak at 1200 watts. They got really nice looking Schwalbe tires on them, plus come kitted with things like a rear rack, front to rear lighting. Really nice paint jobs. I could go on and on about them. They are great e-bikes. This time around, they have knocked $200 off the price for Black Friday, so it is coming in at $2,099. And they've also done that across the board on all their bikes, so any of their bikes right now are just marked down $200. Plus, they're coming with some accessories, like for example, the Stellar Falcon will come with a rear view mirror that's mounted on the handlebar, plus a rear rack bag you can secure on that rear rack, and a stem bag for some small storage up front. So some freebies tossed in with that $200 discount. And that kind of makes up all of Euphoree's deals for Black Friday. So next up is Specialized. I don't need to give them an introduction. They are well known. Probably anywhere you live and you're watching this video, you know about Specialized e-bikes. Obviously, Specialized bikes are gonna come at a more premium price tag, but they have a very sweet deal on their EMTB, the Specialized Lebo Comp Carbon. So a carbon fiber framed true EMTB, Fox fork. I mean, it's just really kitted out, SRAM components. It's a very well done e-bike. Now, normally that bike is roughly $9,000. They have knocked $3,000 off, so you can get that right now for $5,999. Now I know that's a big chunk of money for some of you out there, but for those of you who are looking at the higher end EMTBs, know that that is a very good deal on that bike. But they've also got some other really good ones. So their Turbo Levo Alloy, so basically the same bike, but in the alloy configuration. That one's going to be $1,000 off, and it comes in at $4,500. And then they have their really popular Globe Haul ST. While it's got no price change, it's still $2,800. For Black Friday, they are throwing in a free spare battery, which spare batteries can be very expensive depending on where you get them. So getting an extra battery with a bike like the Globe Haul is a really sweet deal as well. So the next brand is going to be Blix. So we recently did 2 tests for Blix. One is going to be on their Vika X, which I just published, and then the other one that's upcoming is their Soul X. And the reason why I put these on the list is, well, because they're on sale for Black Friday. But beyond that, these are really cool and kind of well done bikes. So the Vika X is a folder, but it's got some really cool tech. So it's coming in at $14.99 just off the bat, which is a $400 price reduction from its $18.99 original price tag. And what makes it cool is these have a lot of innovative tech. So they have what's called auto PAS. So instead of shifting or looking for your PAS, like pedal assistance that you want, whether it be high, medium, or low, or Eco 2 or Sport, whatever, put it on auto PAS and it's gonna figure all that out dynamically while you ride. You don't have to worry about it, you can just pedal. And on that same note, they have what's called e-shifting or automatic shifting, which is using a micro shift rear derailleur setup and a electronic shifting pad, and essentially you can electronically shift your bike while you're riding, or you can put it into e-shifting mode, which will do all the shifting for you based on your terrain, your incline, your speed and pressure of pedaling. It'll do all that math on the back end and just shift for you when you need it. Now I will say the electronic shifting is still in beta mode and they're constantly rolling updates out to kind of dial it in, but at the end of the day, that is a really well done folder with some really cool tech on it, and it's coming in at $14.99, $400 off. They also have the Soul X, which is their beach cruiser. It's a pretty lightweight beach cruiser. It's got a torque sensor. It's also got the auto PAS and auto shifting, and it's also coming in at $14.99 with $400 off the original price. All right guys, so the next brand is going to be Trek, who needs no introduction as well. They are a well-known brand. They've got some really big deals. So their Verve 3 Gen 2, which is a really nice commuter that's got a Bosch mid-drive in it, that one is coming in at just $22.99, which is $1,000 marked off of the original price. Then they have the Aventon Plus 8S. Now that's a bike I personally reviewed just a few, maybe months back. That's a really nice commuter, also has a Bosch mid-drive and a lot of smart bike features. That one is coming in now at $28.99 from its original $4,500 price tag. So essentially like a $1,500 or $1,600 price reduction off of that down to $28.99. Super good deal, and it's actually just a really nice bike in general. Then they have their Powerfly 4 Gen 4 EMTB with a Bosch mid-drive as well. That one's going to be $2,500, which is $1,150 off the original price. Then they've got the FX Plus 2, priced at $1,850, and that is going to be $650 off. And then they have, if you're into a full suspension, like true performance EMTB, like legit mountain biking, they have their Trek Fuel EXE 9.9 with Shimano XTR components. That comes in at $8,990, but get this, that's with $4,000 taken off. That has a $12,000 MSRP. That is a ridiculously cool bike, and if you're in that higher end EMTB market, $4,000 off of MSRP is pretty sweet. All right, so next up is Rad Power Bikes. That's another company that each year just gets a little bit better, and they've really made big steps with their battery safety technology. So I was also pleased to put them on the list. Now, they have their Rad Expand 2, which is a folding e-bike, and that one is coming in at just $10.99 on Black Friday. Plus, it comes with $200 in free accessories. But if you're in the mood for more of a cargo style e-bike, they have their Radwagon 4 at $15.99, which also comes with a free rack storage bag. So two really nice deals from Rad Power Bikes, but they have several others. Again, all these brands, I'm gonna put a link down in the description so you can check them out yourselves. I just want to highlight some of the more standout ones. All right, so next up is Electric Bike Company, or how we refer to them around here, EBC. They're one of the only American-built e-bike companies that I know of. They have full customization, endless, just making the bike 100% yours. You can get anything painted, whatever color you want, any aspect, any combination. You can truly make their bikes 100% for you. Now, for Black Friday, they have two really standout deals I wanted to highlight. One is the Model J. That's kind of this beachy, moped-style cruiser. It's a very fun bike, and it can be outfitted and configured in several ways that really change the look altogether. You can do a flat bar MTB, you can do BMX bars, you can do ape hanger like chopper bars. You can do anything with these bikes and any color combo you want. Anyway, they have marked that one down to $14.99, which is $400 off the original price, which is a really great deal. And then they have their Model R, which is a very true step-through frame, classic beach cruiser that, again, like everything at EBC, can be completely customized, every color, accent, everything about it, wheel size even. You can do 24 or 26-inch wheels. You can really go crazy with these bikes and just do anything you want with them. That one is also $14.99, which is $600 slashed off their original MSRP just last week that it was. So very good deals if you're in the mood for fully custom American-built cruisers that they deliver basically fully ready to go. You can literally roll them with the wheels out of the box, flip up the handlebars and tighten the bolts, and you're good to go. They also use stainless steel like hardware so they won't rust in beach environments. Just really cool e-bikes or e-cruisers you can totally customize yourself. I'll put a link down below so you can check that out as well. All right, so next up is going to be Mokwheel. So Mokwheel has their Basalt currently on discount for Black Friday, as well as their Obsidian. So with the Basalt, this year it's priced at just $15.99, and that's $300 taken off of the original MSRP. But then in addition to that, they've also included, well, your choice of one of 3 extra items. So you can get their accessory bundle, which is pretty substantial. It's got a front basket, a foldable lock, water bottle holder, phone mount, helmet, extra wide padded seat, rear view mirrors, bike cover, bike bag, and suspension seat post. All of that can be your free accessories you include as a bundle. And if you don't want those free accessories, you can pick from either a spare second battery, which is awesome, especially on an off-grid power station bike like this, or the 1,000 watt inverter that can be mounted on the bike and used to charge your devices when you're off-grid. So really cool, what they call power station bikes. We just refer to them as fat tire bikes, but they call them power station because they have that ability to go off-grid, and they even sell solar panels. You can charge these bikes off-grid, and they fold up small, stick them on the rear rack, and just go. As long as you've got sun, you've got a bike, which is really cool. They've also got their Obsidian, and the Obsidian is the 1,000 watt version, so the beefed up version from the Basalt, which was a 750 watt motor. The Obsidian is a 1,000 watt motor, so that one's got a lot more power. It's also got full suspension, and that one also comes in at $2,099, With the same situation, you can choose from the accessory bundle with all those accessories, or pick a free spare battery or a free 1000 watt inverter. Either way, very cool power station bikes. I think it's a really cool concept, and we've had ours here for quite a while and they're still running. They still run great. Just cool bikes in general. All right, so next is going to be Tenways, and they're offering specifically, I like this deal, it's their CGO 600 Pro. This is a really slick, kind of flat bar commuter that's got a mid-drive motor from Bafang, and it only weighs 37 pounds. So this is kind of a bike that I think punches above its weight class. Really cool integrated front headlight, nice sleek look overall. So if you're looking for one of those commuters with a mid-drive, at $1299, that's $600 off the original MSRP, and just a good deal in general. Plus, Tenways has 50% off of all of their accessories in their lineup right now. So if you've been looking to get some extra swag for your bike or parts or components, this would be the time to shop some Tenways accessories because they're all 50% off. All right, guys, so that wraps up the best of the Black Friday deals. One big disclaimer I gotta throw out, and maybe I should have put it at the beginning, but here we are. That is, these prices have been changing like daily, to the point where some of them have changed within a few hours of the time I looked. So I did my best in just giving you the most up-to-date prices as of right now, this very moment. Just understand when you click the links down below and go check them out, they may be a little bit more, they may be a little bit less. I think they're just doing it dynamically based on sales or what they can do once they've crunched their numbers. Nonetheless, those were the best deals I found in e-bikes, everything from the big name brands like Trek and Specialized to brands you may have never even heard of before. These were the best deals that we found. These are brands we've all worked with and know their bikes and trust their process. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If I missed any bikes or you have a question about any of the bikes, drop a comment down below. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hey, it's the time to give, right? Give us a like and subscribe. And until the next video, I'll see you guys out on the trail.